right, well, it's noon, so I'm going to get started. If anyone is watching and wants to just chime in the comments so I know you're here. Hi, Kathy. All right, great. I'm wondering why it's dark. I don't have my lights on. Let me turn my lights on. That might help. All right, that looks better. Okay, so today I'm going to be working on the August challenge. So the August challenge is a sort of a stash busting challenge. I'm going to pull it up on my phone here. Let me see. So if you're on your phone, you go into the Scrapbooking Layouts and More group. If you click on Albums, then you're going to click on the August 2025 challenge, and then the photo here. And the August challenge is a stash shopping list. So I created this challenge this month, and I figured that we're all going to be getting huge orders delivered to our house pretty soon because of Christmas in July. So it's probably a good time to bust out some of your stash and make room for all the new stuff that you're getting in. So to qualify for this challenge, you need to use 4 or more items from this shopping list. And I'm going to zoom in. So here's the shopping list. And the items on it are brads, colored cardstock, patterned paper, stickers from a sticker book, sequins, paste or glaze, ribbon, letter stickers, and a stamp set. So you just need to use 4, and then you would just take a picture of your project and you would add it in the comments below this post. So today I am going to be mixing my favorite summer collection, which is Echo Park Summer Vibes, with some items from my stash that I pulled. So I pulled out my big bag of ribbon. I have some peachy colored sequins that will match or coordinate with the orange in this collection. I pulled out a really old stamp set, and then I pulled out 2 sticker books. So I have the Amy Tangerine sticker book here, which has a lot of fun stickers and colors in it that I could use with this collection. And I pulled out a Tim Holtz Small Talk Snarky sticker book, which just has some phrase stickers. And then I pulled out a piece of cardstock, which I was like, oh, this is the perfect orange to go with this collection. And then I realized that I punched the corner. So I'm just going to be using that as a layering piece and not as my background for my whole layout. Now, as far as, let me try to make some room here. I'm going to use this photo of the 4 of us from our family vacation this year at the beach. And I'm going to be using this sketch from Page Maps. This is the August 2025 Page Maps. So it's this one with the little lemon wedges on it. And I'll bring it up closer so that you can see. What I'm going to do is, instead of 2 of these like 4x3 photos, I'm just going to swap that out for one vertical 4x6, and I'm going to go off of this sketch for my inspiration for today. So let's get started picking a background paper. Hi, Tisa. Let me take a quick sip. Okay. All right, let's see what whole papers I have left. Oh, there's a little scrap. So let's see what I could use as a background here. I've made a few layouts with this already, so, oh, I think I might go with the waves. But let me just go through everything else. We have this gorgeous orange polka dot with the surfboards. I have my stripe. I love that stripe. This. polka dot. All right, and this, I forget what this is called. Oh, I know what this design is called. The word is in my head, but I can't. It's not coming out right now. Where it's like this diamond. It's not argyle. Oh, it's going to drive me nuts. But all right, I'm going to go with the waves here. That's going to be my background paper. Just going to put the papers to the side for a moment because I will be going back to them shortly. Let's just get this branding strip cut off. Yeah, I just love this collection. I like that there's no pink in it because I feel like a lot of beachy collections are very pink and tropical colored, and New Jersey beaches are definitely not tropical beaches. So I like it, kind of fits a little bit more. I mean, we don't have palm trees, and there's palm trees in this collection, but that's okay. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to mat this on my solid cardstock. Let's get that done too, and then we can check off solid cardstock on our list of things I need to include. And I'm going to mat it on the same side that I apparently punched this cardstock with. That way I still have a good solid chunk of cardstock over here to use. And for anyone that's looking for this color cardstock that matches the collection, I don't know. This cardstock could have been purchased like 10 years ago. Who knows with me? And it's just been sitting in my cardstock bin. This does look like a Stampin' Up punch, so it could have been, maybe this was a Stampin' Up cardstock. For some reason, I remember this like triple flower punch from there. Right. So my photos matted in my solid cardstock. And now if we look back at the sketch, there is a chunk of patterned paper here that's behind the photos. So I'm going to pick out a more loud paper, I guess I would call it, or that's very heavily patterned, because I don't have a whole ton of color going on right now. And then for this part here on the sketch, there is this top to bottom scalloped strip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of cardstock and I am going to line up some ribbons on it to give some texture and sort of make my own pattern paper piece or whatever you want to call it. You'll see when I start working on it. But let me look through the papers again and pick out pattern paper that I want to use in that section behind the photo. So I want something like the bathing suit paper. Oh, this is cute. Should we use that? Because that's the beach. Let's go with that. I'm going to cut a piece that's about 5 inches wide, and then I'll cut it down from there. I'm going to cut my branding strip off. And then let's go about 5 inches. Okay, so I'm just kind of figuring out where I want it to end. And I'm going to just make a little mark with my pencil. I think I'm going to have it end like right there. So that's where I'm going to cut it off. And I also think, now that I'm looking at this, I think I am going to cut this wave pattern down just a little bit and mat it on a piece of white cardstock so that I have that nice frame going around. So let's get those pieces cut. There we go. And let me grab a piece of white cardstock. Okay. There. I like that much better with the white border around it. Okay, let me start sticking some stuff down. And then I'm going to make my piece with the ribbon. And what I'm going to do with the ribbon is also something that's really fun that you could do with like strips of cardstock that you might have left over from card making or from, you know, just trimming off of your layouts, where you basically collage lots of strips onto a piece of cardstock, and then you can use it as like a striped pattern paper. I've done this before. I think I made a card online one time for this group with using ribbon and that technique, but now I'm just going to do it in a bigger sort of format and have it be an embellishment on my layout. Okay, so I am just going to line this up how I want it to be. Okay. So how is everyone doing? Have you been tuning into all of the Christmas and July sales? I've been so busy with being at the dojo with my son, who is on a special team, and he's there 4 times a week, that I haven't really had the time to go online. So I've been doing a lot of shopping the morning after. So I'm still shopping. I just haven't been able to get in on live sales because I've just been so busy. But this morning I went in and bought some more fernwood paper because, you know, I don't have enough of that in my stash. I strongly felt the need that I needed more fernwood paper. So I bought more of that. And then I bought, Michelle has some fabulous prices on the Doodlebug mini alphas, so I definitely recommend you go in and purchase some of those while they're on sale because it's a really great price. You know, let me just grab another sheet of cardstock that I'm going to trim down. Oh, I don't want to use my really good heavyweight cardstock for that. Let's get a piece of that. We got to save our good stuff, right? The good stuff has to be saved. You bought the 49 in market inks? I just don't have room for more inks. So I'm sure that by the time I see the other designers and our customers using these inks, I will probably purchase some. But for right now, I held off. I showed some restraint because I have Stampin' Up, Concord and Ninth, Catherine Pooler, and Distress Oxides. So I have like almost 4 full sets of inks, and I don't think I need any more. Or not that I don't need any more. I mean, obviously I always need inks, but I don't think I have the room to store them at the moment. So maybe I have to do a little purge and make some room for some new inks. But that will be a future issue. Okay, I'm just gonna trim this off, and I'm too lazy to grab my trimmer back up, so I am going to eyeball it with my hand. There we go. Oh, the mint and the peach. Yes, it's very hard. There's not many really good peaches out there. And I love a peach. Not the fruit. I don't like peaches the fruit, but I do like peach the color. All right, let's dig into this bag of ribbon and see what colors I can use. Use this gold. That would be nice. And I have an orange. And let's see, this blue. We can use that blue. Let's see, this is like an olivey green. I don't see it's an olive green. But maybe, nah. Ugh. Let me see. Fear not, I have another bin of ribbon under my desk. Nah. Ooh, we could throw some white in there. Let's throw some white in there. That's fun. All right, I really want green in there. What about the dark green? Can we do the dark green? No. All right, I'm going to go with this green, but I'm going to put it in the middle so that way it's not right up next to the other green, and then it doesn't sort of clash because this is an olivey green. So we're just going to go with it. Maybe I should put in another. What about a navy blue? Should we put in a navy blue too? Yeah, let's do that. See how much actual room I have on this piece of cardstock. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat this with double stick tape. I'm just kind of burnishing the glue down on here. And now I'm going to peel off the backing paper. I know, I think I'm going to need to revamp my whole ink pad storage, because I have ink pads like right now they're like all over the place. They're separated by their company, but they're all over the place in this room. Okay, I'm just gonna fold the adhesive over on this side. All right, let's start. Oh, it's a little sticky. A little sticky. Okay, there's the orange. Just throw in the white. You know, I'm only going to be able to fit 2 more on, so I'm just going to skip the green since I feel so like meh about the green to begin with. Let's do this blue. Okay. And then this nice gold. Ooh. This is why I shouldn't have my drink on the table with me, because I just got ribbon in the condensation off of my ice tape. Whoops. Okay. Hi, Janice. Happy Friday. Janice made it to her lunch break. All right, let me get rid of all this ribbon now. Put it back in the bag. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to put another strip of adhesive at the top here. And one at the bottom. All right, and now I'm just going to secure these on the back. And where is my bone folder? I'm going to take my bone folder and I am just going to run my ribbon over it like this, so that way it's really stuck down into that glue. And I can trim some of this excess off. And then I'm going to repeat on the other side. Well, Janice, I'm just glad that you're able to take a lunch break. I pretty much never take a lunch break at my job. I just shove food in my mouth while I'm sitting at my computer working on data. But for me, it's also that I have sort of a tight schedule because I need to get out of there at a certain time in order to make it home in time to pick up the kids. So you know how that goes. Until I'm out of that stage of life, that's how I have to do it. All right, so I have my little texture piece here. And that's going to go down top to bottom here. This is going to overlap it like that. Okay, so I'm going to attach this piece down now. And I'm still going to use some more double-sided tape just to make sure that this really stays, because it's a little bit bulky. So All right, so off of the stash list, right now I have ribbon, colored cardstock matting my photo, and patterned paper. So I already have 3 out of the required 4, but I'm going to get way more than that on here. Oh, congratulations! Your daughter is getting married a week from tomorrow. How nice. That's exciting. Are you all ready? You have your dress and your appointments for hair and everything ready to go? I hope we'll get to see at least one picture or a layout made that you'll share with us in the group so we can see how beautiful she is on her day. A little more work needed for decorating. Okay. That's good. You still have a week. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking back at my sketch to see, and it actually looks like it goes this way. The photo goes that way. I'm so used to wanting to cluster things into the center. Okay, so I think we're going to go like that. And I'm going to just tack these papers down for now, lightly. This paper is from the Echo Park, what was it called? Summer Vibes, not Beach Vibes. Summer Vibes collection from Echo Park. It is from, I want to say it's from last summer. This collection was their summer collection from last year. So let me get a title on here. Let's see. Okay, we have vacation. Do I have numbers in this? Oh, I do have numbers in this. Okay, so maybe I'm going to do vacation 2025. Let's see. How would this look if I did summer vacation 2025? What if we did summer? I'm trying to see how sometimes I look at the yeah, I like that. Sometimes I look at my screen over here, my computer screen, so I get a nice top-down view rather than me looking angled down at it. That's why I pause a little bit sometimes when I'm looking at this. All right, summer vacation, and then I'm going to do 2025, and I'm going to do an embellishment cluster up here, and an embellishment cluster down here. And then we'll see where we go from there. All right. Oh, you just ordered the Happy Scrappy bag of it. Oh, okay, awesome. This is like one of my favorites. It is one of my favorites. All right, let's pull out these old thickers that ended up being an exact match for this collection. Yeah, Tisa just posted a video using this collection the other day. I think if you like scroll through the group between me and Tisa, you'll find several examples of how this collection was used in a couple different ways. So we both are obsessed with this one. All right, let me glue down this. Glue down my chipboard. Oh, come on. This is what happens when you do not put your cap on your glue, because I don't follow the rules. Thankfully, I have a stash of stainless steel pins, and I can just boop, do that, and we're good to go. All right, now, because this is gluing down onto the ribbon, I'm just going to put some acrylic blocks on here to weight it down, especially on this end. And I'm going to start gluing my 2025. Oh, no, maybe I need to put weight on this end too. There we go. All right. All right, we're just going to leave that for a second to dry. I'm going to start gluing my numbers. Ooh. Okay. And now I'm going to put that glue on. So I think this is going to be okay for now, but I might need to come back and put a glue that's a little bit stronger on the ribbon. I don't know. Maybe it'll stick. If not, then I'm going to come in. This is just something that I get off of Amazon. It's Loctite super glue. And I like it because it doesn't like leak out. You just have to pinch it here. And it's basically just crazy glue. And so if this doesn't stick to the ribbon, I'm just going to crazy glue it down. And then it'll definitely stick to the ribbon. So here we go. Summer Vacation 2025. Put these away now. All right, let's work on some embellishment clusters. So I want to get some bases for my clusters first. So let me look through the embellishment pieces that I have, as well as what's in my sticker book that I pulled out. Let's see, something like that would be cute. I could back it with some paper, and then I could embellish on top of that. I could do something similar with this one. Depending on where I want to tuck this. All right, let me see what are the options in my sticker book that I pulled out to use for the challenge. raise your hand if you have these old sticker books, the American Crafts sticker books. This is the Amy Tangerine one. I'm sure we all have at least one of these in our stash somewhere. Ooh. What if we used this? And then we don't really look at the love this, but we use it as a base, and then we put embellishments on top of that. What do you think? I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I look through my stash. I have so many of these. I have Amy, I have Vicky, I have Shamel. Of course I have Shamel. I have Maggie Holmes. I don't even know why I have Maggie Holmes because I barely ever scrapbook with Maggie Holmes. Oh, look at this. This one that says On a Whim is the same colors as that. So why don't we stick this down here, but maybe layer it over something else. And I'm not using these for the words. I'm just using them for the color. All right. Let's see. What do we have? I could use this with no, unless I trimmed it. I could trim it and do something like that. Let's see. All right, I think that, no. Do I want that? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I'm getting indecisive here. Hold on, let me stick this down. Let me see. Okay, there is a method to my madness with this. You're probably like, this does not match. But I am going to cover the majority of it up. So let's do a little tucky tuck under here. We have that there. All right, so I've used stickers from an old sticker book. Dunskies. We got that done. On a Whim. Follow the Sun. There's so many of these fun on beach time. No. Fun in the sun. No, I want something a little bit smaller. Let's see. Ah, look at that. Let's do Hello Summer, and it's going to be perfectly framed by this sticker from the sticker book. I'm going to pop it up on a little bit of foam. Let's see, I got let me stick a little foam here. Okay, and I'm going to bring this up so you can see it a little bit better. You can see how this sticker is just kind of hidden behind here, and it's just kind of framing out this piece of ephemera. All right, so I have this cluster started, and I'm going to work up here. and they have lots of fun round elements. I'm making a totally huge mess over here. They have lots of fun round elements in this collection. I like this turtle, but I'm also going to keep the white center with him. So let's stick him there. And let's see what else we have going on. I'm going to grab this orange flower and then pop this up on some foam dots. Stick that there. Still need to cover up more of this up here. Okay. The beach bag is really cute. Yep, it's so much fun. Plus, I feel like I like using old with new. Plus, I always feel like I use up my paper first, and I'm stuck with lots of embellishments. So this is a really good way to use up those extra embellishments that you just kind of have hanging around. You're not really sure what to do with. Just look for ways that you can add them into your existing stash. Look for colors that match. Even if the theme doesn't match, you can always alter embellishments like I've done with these, you know. If the font just doesn't go with this collection, so you just make little changes. All right. I want to add a round element down here. Even though I have the rounded corner and this flower is kind of round, I do want to add maybe something circular down here. There's a beach ball. There's a life preserver. Do I have anything in the chipboard? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, look at this. So I have the turtle pool tube up here, and now I'm going to put the shark pool tube down at the bottom. Or is that too much blue? All right, I'm not going to glue that down yet because I feel like that's a lot of blue right there. I might need something to go behind it to offset the blue because I do want to have him there because I think he's adorable. Let's see. All right, while I'm letting that marinate, I'm going to go to my Tim Holtz Snarky sticker book because I saw a couple in here. I want this Why Limit Happy to an Hour. But I'm going to trim this down because there's a lot of white on either end of this, so I'm just going to trim it right down, right up next to the type. And I'm going to do Why Limit Happy to an Hour. I'm going to just stick that under there. And here's the other one I want to use. When in doubt, vacation. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going to trim this sticker down. Okay. I'm going to slide this in here, and then look, that little bit of the font there is now magically gone. And I'm just gonna, I'll tuck something in there, and then that'll be magically gone. Let's see. I did want some, I said I wanted something down here. Let me see if I can shimmy this leaf in here. There we go. All right, what's our time looking like? All right, so about 10 more minutes. I still want to put stamps and sequins on here, so I better get my butt moving on figuring out what I'm putting behind this guy. Let me see. I want something, I'm feeling something green. And look, here's a green with a hibiscus flower. It's bringing in more of that round element down here. Maybe we'll do that. And that does break it up a little bit. All right. Can I tuck him under the Hello Summer? Yes, okay. Add in this here. And then I'm going to use some glue on this. And hopefully I can get that spacing the way I wanted it. Thank goodness that liquid glue gives you a little bit of wiggle time before it completely sets with the paper. All right, let's look at the stamp set and see what I can do with this. So this is super old. You guys remember Kelly Perky when she used to make stamp sets? I don't know if she still is even in paper crafting anymore. And I want to add East Coast and Best Coast. And I'm going to make them with black ink and cut them out as like word strips. So, all right. So let me grab a block. I'm going to just put them both on once. And I'm going to grab some VersaFine, which is my favorite black ink ever. And I'm going to grab a scrap of white cardstock. And let's make some fun DIY embellishments with our stamps. Perfect. I'll clean these off later. All right, where little scissors. I think my spring-loaded Tim Holtz scissors, which are my favorite for fussy cutting, are downstairs. I don't have them up here with me. Maybe I need to get two pairs. One for downstairs and one for upstairs. All right. So we'll do East Coast, Best Coast. That'll give us a little pop of black on the layout. And then I'm going to just add in my sequins and I will be done. And then we'll count up the final total of how many I have from the shopping list on here. Alright, and let's sprinkle some sequins down. These are going to be my sprinkly bits for today. Uh-oh. I keep seeing that my signal's going out. I hope I'm not losing you guys. Let's see, where can this one go? I normally have all kinds of other problems, but not a connection problem. I wonder if it's our internet here today. We don't have any, we have beautiful weather, so I can't blame it on a storm. Okay, sorry if I'm getting in the screen a lot. And now I'll do the ones on the bottom here. I'm having trouble. My Nuvo stick is too sticky. Too sticky. All right. So that is it. So the final tally, I have colored